Hi, my name's Tristan Chatton. I go by Brickbuilder online, and this is my mock for Brickvention 2019, Godsborn. Sort of a fantasy Venice-inspired mock where I've got sort of a separation between a poorer area and then a very more affluent upper-class area that's divided by the bridge. So here we've just got just a random hut and with a blacksmith, and then sort of a courtyard with all the people walking around, and then just a garden. And then, we've got the blacksmith over there, and then it's separated by the bridge with the two guards. And then, it moves into sort of a walkway, like raised above the water, where I've got the boats, I guess gondolas. And sort of I've continued that sort of pattern of the leaves on the walls with sort of people walking along with the cobblestone. And then I've got a sort of sunset-inspired walls, so each panel has a different colour, so sort of moving from like a darker colour into a lighter colour on each one. And then on top of that I've sort of built a forest or a garden which has got people interacting, and that's sort of the basic idea of the mock.
It's an excellent build here. There's so many great details in what you're able to include. So one thing that really catches my eye is kind of the walkways here around the big building there. So talk about kind of the design inside of that and kind of how you were able to combine all those tiny little pieces there to make that walkway.
So the walkway, it's long bars, I think it's flex tube, connected on little clips, 1x1 clips, and then there's tiles underneath. And then I've used just anything with a clip on the side of it to interact, and then sort of like clip in, and there's no set like formula, it's just sort of like the way it shapes. And then I've got tiles, and in between that I've got those, I think they're the sort of the grassy stem pieces from the original like carrots, and just sort of like wedged those in, and really happy with how that turned out. So,
And then for the sunset, almost kind of mosaic style building you did it there. So what kind of types of pieces did you find were useful for that, and how'd you kind of balance out the white with the colors there?
So mostly it's a lot of like plates, and then like a few bricks, but then in between them to sort of make it a bit more like a bit layered and like add some texture. I've got 1x2 tiles which sort of sit, and then I push them in and out in a bit, so they're sort of just sitting like randomly through there, just like jutting out. And then I just tried to transition it smoothly, so if you look, it sort of doesn't go straight into the next color, sort of blends into the white a bit, and I tried to do lighter colors at the top, so it looked a bit more smooth.
So is there an interior on the building at all?
No, there's no interior. I could have, I just didn't have time. So
That's understandable. There's so much going on the outside here. So then for the roof on top, what were some of the details you kind of tried to include in there, and as you tried to build that up?
It's a pretty basic roof. I mean, I'm really a fan of these new elves. I think it's from Elves, like the 1x1 with the sort of leaves. That's probably, but the most unique thing on top of there is actually that lavender tree. Those are actual candles from the I think Great Hall set, the new one. So it's probably the most unique thing on top. Other than that, it's fairly basic on the top. So
but it adds a whole nice kind of green look to the build as well.
I want to do something a bit different, try to break it up. So
And so the poorer section of the town here, I love how you got kind of the rundown cobblestone look there. So is that just kind of tan plates as the base, and then you just threw the different pieces on?
So it's dark tan plates, and then I've just got a bit of everything. So I got some olive green, some just more dark tan, and then dark grey and light grey, and just mixed in, and try to make it a bit uneven. So
So how does this build kind of divide up into sections when you move it to show what's set up like for this?
So it's actually in two sections. So it divides halfway through the bridge, and then it's just one big like block, that other bit, which is pretty solid. So
Is this idea of kind of taking a city like this, sort of a historical city, and putting kind of your own twist on it, something you want to pursue more of in the future? Or?
I'd hope so. I do want to eventually pursue do more Venice sort of inspired things, maybe break it up instead of one big building, have them at different angles. But I'm really into sort of some European architecture builds, like old cities, which I would explore in the future possibly. So
And then you've got some great minifigs throughout the build here. So are any of these like custom third-party pieces, or is this all official Lego pieces, the details there?
I do like custom pieces, but I kept it official for the most part. I think my favorite figure is actually the one near the fire pit. So I've got an Indiana Jones satchel, and I've wedged in a guitar, a sword, and a shield. So yeah, I'm really happy with that one. But yeah, mostly just Lego parts. So yeah.
Yeah, well, fantastic work. I'm so glad you were able to bring it to Brickvention here and display it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.